how you're supporting the investors, because I think that's a big part of what you're doing with GCN and building out that network. So tell us a little bit about that side of the business as well.
So yeah, basically I decided to found a global capital network as an international investor network to essentially bring in all different kind of asset classes and forms of investors throughout the whole investing life cycle. So if I was to bring in a company, they might be able to talk to the seed stage entrepreneur or investors or the angels, right? Just like TIE here. But I also try to have, the family offices on the high end side, families that, have so much wealth, they need their own, company essentially to manage it in full-time in-house staff, where they can do a direct placement and put 10 or $20 million in your deal next day. If they really, really liked you, obviously you'd have to have some due diligence to back yourself up. But, a venture capital and private equity firm, they're great, but they might take months and months and months to decide what to invest in. It's not their own money. I try to bring in a little bit of everything. So investors come to us looking for opportunities to invest in. So that's why we're doing, this event tonight, so that investors can see some public companies, some private companies. They can meet other angel networks. They can meet family offices, multifamily offices. So really we're trying to bring in all sorts of investors and entrepreneurs together and kind of give them a chance to connect. Whether that's, major impact investor speaking that we have at the event, Walter Schindler from Transformation, he's on 50 million or 100 million impact deals, something intense. We have companies, presenting real estate, for example, that have, over $1 billion under management and did 200 million plus year real estate deals. So there's stuff for the big guys to sink their teeth into, but there's also kind of early stage startups where if they want to come in and really advise and operate and kind of, hold hands throughout the early stages of a company, they can. And that's where, they can find, not likely, necessarily the next Amazon or Facebook, those unicorns that are so rare, but maybe you'll find a company that, could be 100 million in maybe a decade, right? That you're in the first 5 to 10 people with, maybe it's the next Yahoo, not the next Google. It's tough to find the next Googles and those guys. That's they typically say for investors, you got to invest in 18 brands to see one of them be successful, right? So you kind of got to be open to new deals and deploying capital and being patient.
Absolutely.
In the angel space, it takes a lot longer than a VC where they're going to put in a few million and drive it to an exit in 2 years with insane force. But we're trying to bring in all types of investors and give them something to invest in.
Absolutely. And I attended one of your events before the pandemic. This was about 1.5 years ago. And I remember it very clearly because I love that progression, being able to see a company at a seed stage. And as you know, my background is in private equity. So you sort of have to work your way up. Mm-hmm. And, that seed stage company will become late seed, Series A, Series B. And then, after Series D or something, they'll probably get acquired by a private equity firm or for, a manager who's looking to build a portfolio. So being able to see that that entire life cycle in one event, I think is super rare. And, kudos to you for actually being able to put that together and having all of those investors and companies in one space. So that's fantastic.
Definitely. I appreciate that. And it's tough because I realize that it's not, just one sector, just medical. We're relatively industry agnostic, so it kind of gives people a chance to, it's like they're going through their brokerage platform, okay, I want to invest in med tech, manufacturing, so we kind of say, here's some different private companies, public companies, different opportunities, different stages, see what you like. But that way there's maybe something for everyone. And it kind of gives us another chance to get a lot of people in the room and, keeps it exciting for us.
Absolutely. And it's a good time, right?
Yeah.
When you have that sort of diversity of attendees and people, it also creates those interactions that are, uncommon and that really just don't happen in day-to-day lives, right?
Exactly. Yeah, I really do try to make it more fun. That's why we have a red carpet and a press wall. And we have the TIE logo on it, among others, family offices. So people can do interviews at the event. We have, some music playing and networking time, presentation time. So it's not just, 5 guys in a boardroom, in black suits. So, we try to make it more fun and booths. I try to bring in companies that might have, experiential offering, right? Where they can let the investors, I had the LA Rams come once to show our investors like virtual reality tours of their latest, box, private investor, suites, at the stadium. So they can, look around, so they can, talk about companies and meet other people. So Yeah, I typically tell investors not only will you see some things you might be able to invest in, but there'll be other investors you can meet that might help de-risk some of your current investments and kind of add some extra money where maybe you didn't want to keep putting it in, or that maybe they're more strategic than you for that.
Yep.
So yeah, it's just kind of trying to do our best here to combine people correctly, and sometimes we do more focused one-off, one company and just investors coming throughout the day to meet them. But yeah, it's a lot of fun, and we're very excited for tonight.
Absolutely. And so if there are any investors out there that are listening, click on the description. We'll have all of the information, everything linked below. So you can, find a way to connect and come to the event. And I know we'd love to see you and connect with you
Definitely.
in person finally, right?
Yeah.
After the pandemic. So that's fantastic. So we'll have all of the links in the description. Check those out.